Welcome to the Modern Hotelier. We are coming to you live at BITAC, the Fairmont, Del Mar, California. Steve, what are your first impressions, buddy?
What an event. This is awesome. I mean, it's all about meeting new people and building relationships. And you can tell the people that have been here for 20 years going to these, and they talk about how they have built these relationships, and some led to business, others just friends for life almost. And we had the awards ceremony last night.
Great.
We won Most Inspirational Podcast. That was awesome. Thank you, Amaze Insights, Nick Horgan. That was awesome. So far, day and a half in, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, and I think the BITAC team has done a great job organizing the event, getting people moved around. You can kind of see behind us, so you've got people rotating from table to table. I've never been at an event like this, so kind of have a little bit of a fear of missing out, not being in the action, but it's been great.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be releasing this episode with attendees here that have come to BITAC. We're going to get their thoughts on BITAC and their experience, so stay tuned and let us know what you think. Thanks for watching and listening.
Thank you.
Now we are joined by Lynsey Eason. Lynsey, where are you coming from and what do you do there?
So I work with Plusgrade. We are a technology provider that helps hoteliers maximize revenue and revenue opportunities from pre-arrival through front desk upselling and also during stay upselling and premium upgrades.
Very cool. So how many BITACs have you been to?
This is my second.
Second?
Yeah, that's my second BITAC.
And what's your first impressions of this one? What do you like so far?
Oh my gosh. You know what? BITAC was something that I didn't know what to expect from when I first came 2 years ago. And I was really surprised by the level of engagement from people that are here, whether that's a vendor, hotelier, consultant. And everybody really comes with the mindset of learning, building relationships, and doing business. So it's really a place where during the 2.5 days that you're here, you really get to spend valuable time with people that are eager to improve their operations or their systems or, just build business and relationships. So it's been really great.
You bet. And you go to quite a few trade shows.
I do.
How is BITAC different? What makes it really unique compared to other shows?
You know what? It's been the intentionality for me. Like it really is everything from the moment that you enter the hallways, everything is curated in a way that allows people to have a meaningful conversations that they can walk away from and build relationships on many different levels. It's not just business. You really get to know people, but it's because it's been so intentionally set up from the way you're eating your breakfast through the way you're interacting during the coffee breaks at your business meetings, all the way through the fun entertainment in the evening and the games and how you kind of compete but have fun with it. So it's the intentionality behind it all. I think that's very special to what BITAC's doing.
That's a great answer.
Right. I guess when you look at BITAC, is there something that just stood out maybe from the first one that really just made you say, like, I have to? I mean, you gave some good insight, but was there one thing that really just stood out that made you want to come back?
You know what? The one thing that was very special for me was and this might be silly, so forgive me, but it was the peanut butter jelly thing, right?
Oh, okay.
The competition / charity and doing good. And it really showcases the heart behind the organization and the fact that, we're here to do business, but also let's give back. Let's make this a meaningful opportunity to collaborate with the local community, with the local people in need, and the fact that we all kind of, put our aprons on and do something meaningful. I feel like that really gave me the sense of purpose as well behind all the business that we're doing here too.
You bet.
That's great.
For those that might not be familiar with the peanut butter and jelly thing, can you elaborate a little bit more what that was?
Sure. So we do not eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as a competition.
Oh, okay.
It's all about, so we, BITAC partners with local organizations and shelters, and essentially the team that meets here and all the attendees get together and have a competition about how many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches you can put together and make for those organizations. So it's a challenge, but also it's for good.
That's great.
It's great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
It's such a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Lynsey. Now we have on Robert Marusi. Robert, thank you for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great. So can you tell us a little bit about your company and what you do there?
Sure, yeah, sure. I work for the Hotel del Coronado, which is a BRE Hotel and Resorts owned hotel. I run all the commercial strategy there, chief commercial officer there, and look after driving revenue.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how many BITACs have you been to?
This is it.
First one.
This is my first one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so what's your first impression? This is our first too, and this has been pretty cool. What's your thought?
Yeah, no, I think it's done really well, right? Both in numbers of population in terms of people who are here, really engaging in a firsthand look and discussing with vendors what they have to offer and diving into new technologies that are so important to our business right now.
You bet. Hey, do you go to a lot of trade shows? Do you go to a lot of events?
Unfortunately, I do go to a lot of trade shows. You know what I mean? But my trade shows, I'm trying to narrow more into. Look, I'll always be on the customer side because I have to stay close to the customer. We have to understand the voice of the customer and the consumer. But it's really all consumer driven for me. How are they consuming? How do they want to see the marketing come to them, the MarTech and MarCom part of our space, and how's that really evolving and coming into play and evolving fast? So that's where I really lay all my interest in really to date.
How has BITAC been different from those other events that you've attended?
I think the one-on-one transparent conversations, it's really not a hard sell here. It's, hey, how can we adapt and how can we be part of and how can we be a good partner with you? And maybe we're a match and maybe we're not. You know what I mean? And going through those one-on-one discussions, I think has been really refreshing. You know, it's not a sales pitch. It doesn't seem like a sales pitch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So those who are watching or listening, what is your mission?
What is my mission? I have a lot of missions, but I guess my mission in the hospitality business is to change the way we're thinking, is to be really that true 100% change agent and be a bit of a disruptor in our space because we have to be. Because the consumer is changing and the way that they want their consumption is changing. And it's not about how we want to serve up the customer. It's how the customer wants to be served, right? And that's really where we're at. And how do we meet the customer in that space? And how do we do it in a really wise understanding of the customer's wants, their needs, what their interests are. Do they meet the right personas? Like, we have to know the customer. They want us to know who they are to deliver the best journey optimization possible. That's my mission right now.
Absolutely. And we sat at the same table on the awards ceremony night.
Yeah.
We were joking that we had the winningest table there. We both came away with an award. What did you win an award for?
I won an award for really taking to the Amaze product. And the Amaze product is a product that lies over the scripts of Delphi and gives you a whole lens into the data of your group customer. And I won that because I've been a solution architect on that product with that company for a number of years now. And they've taken my ideas and put it into play and put it into the research. And I was part of the architecture. And it means a lot to me. So
awesome.
That's great. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and joining us. We appreciate it.
Now we are joined by Nick Horgan. Nick, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you work, and what you do there.
Thank you, Steve. Nick Horgan. I am the Chief Commercial Officer for Amaze Insights.
Awesome. So, Nick, I know this isn't your first BITAC.
How do you know that, Steve? It could be my first
year.
Okay.
I have a hunch. How many BITACs have you been to?
I actually don't know the number off the top of my head, but I can tell you I was at the very first BITAC, which was 21 years ago.
Wow.
And the format was similar, but it was different, and they certainly have evolved. And I'm so excited to be here at the BITAC Sales, Marketing, and Revenue Management Summit. In fact, I was at a BITAC just about 3 years ago, and it was operations, which it was really a fantastic BITAC, and we did a lot of business from it. But what I realized is the people that Amaze Insights works with, it's sales, marketing, revenue management. And although I loved sitting down with the operations people, they always needed to introduce me to someone else. So I talked to Rich and the BITAC team, and I was like, you know what would be great is the similar format that you have, but for sales leaders, marketing leaders, revenue management leaders. And luckily, Rich and the team agreed to do that. So we had the first one last year at the Ritz-Carlton in Sarasota, and the Amaze Insights team brought a special guest to that one, and that was Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx and now Sneaks, and also one of the investors in Amaze Insights. So it was pretty epic to be able to be on the stage with her and interview. And last night we did host an award ceremony, and we recognized the most inspirational podcast in hospitality.
Right
I can't remember who won though. Like, did you guys have?
We were surprised.
Catch that? So
Yeah.
That was awesome.
but so that I'd like to start and thank you and the Modern Hotelier really for what you've done for the industry. It has been truly exceptional. And I also would like to share with you that there were a couple other podcasters in the audience last night.
Really?
And I got to see the text with some profane language, which was, I guess, their way of congratulating you on that. And I believe the word they used for me was traitor, because they thought I was a supporter for them. But the fact is, even though I am personally a huge supporter of the Modern Hotelier, it was the nomination committee that looked at all the major hospitality podcasts, and there really are some great ones there.
No, absolutely.
But what they looked at is the impact that you've had, and the fact that with Amaze Insights, what we like to recognize is the positive and transformative impact you've had on the industry. So to you and to John behind the camera, I would just like to really congratulate you on that victory last night.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate it. So what are some of your first impressions? This is really, I guess, the second day kind of, or really the first day of the actual event. What are some of your first impressions?
So my first impressions are, this is going to be a fantastic event. And really, I know the BITAC team always puts together a fantastic event. Like, that part is consistent. And the thing that I always notice is the relationships that are built at BITAC. Some of the best friendships I have in hospitality actually came through BITAC. And I think it is really a combination of factors that causes that to happen. It's the people from BITAC who are genuinely good people of integrity, people you want to work with, and they do a great job bringing the best people in hospitality to the event. So that makes a huge difference. The other part is the format of the show is different than most. So when you look at, and there's other great hospitality shows, but at some of those there's 4,000 or 5,000 people.
Yeah.
It's hard to make those really deep connections when that's happening. Here at BITAC, there's usually anywhere from 100 to 125 people, and you're here from Sunday to Tuesday. So you spend a lot of time with the people, and you also are kind of forced out of your comfort zone. So rather than me just sitting down with my friends at the Modern Hotelier at the tables and us telling old war stories, I'm sitting at tables with people who I haven't met before. And I really love the way the show does that. And then tonight, which I know this is your first BITAC, you haven't seen game night. So I like to be a friendly person, engaging. Well, you get to see the other side of me come out tonight because it's game night. And if you're on my team, I wish you nothing but success in that. If you're not on my team, then you are going down. So just prepare for that, Steve. Get ready. I know David's already ready because he's seen me on the foosball table.
Yeah, I have. It's pretty impressive. Yeah.
You have not seen me in that competitive environment. So I'm going to put it out there right now that I will be on the stage Tuesday night for the other award ceremony with a victory. And if not, you'll see me at my table crying because I do take this stuff seriously.
I almost brought my pickleball paddle to see if we could get a game going, but I didn't end up bringing it.
I happen to have in my car, Steve, 4 very good paddles. So I'll even let you choose your weapon if you want to sneak out there on the
we might have to do this.
Pickleball court. So I would be more than happy to do that. In fact, I'll even challenge the entirety of the Modern Hotelier team. And you know what? I'll even pick just a random, and they can be my teammate. I think there was someone that was a professional tennis player that's here, and maybe that is who I'll pick randomly.
What a coincidence. What a coincidence.
And coincidentally.
So you talked about the networking at this event. What really makes it different? Is it the culture? Is it the atmosphere? How does BITAC really foster these new relationships and dig in deeper to relationships you have?
It's a great question, and it's the combination of all the things you said, and it's not just the format, because there are other shows that have kind of tried to knock off the format, and you don't hear the same talk about it. It's because the secret sauce is in the people that are attending the event very specifically and the people that are running it. So it's not just the format, it's that they're getting the leaders in hospitality who are also people that you do want to get to know. And they also do a really good job of, it's not about the company you're with today and that, it's about the person and getting to know the person. And you'll see there's a lot of people that are, including me, I'm here with a different company than I was with when I did my other BITACs. And so you build the personal relationships. And then of course it is indeed about business, and a lot of business does get done here. So I think this was I know this was our highest revenue generating trade show last year by a pretty significant margin. Wow. So I'm hoping that this year will be the same. And I have confidence it will be, because there really is a fantastic group of people here for it.
So Nick, if somebody hasn't been to BITAC, what's one of the main reasons they need to come here, and what should they expect to get out of this?
It's a great question, David. And what I'd say is, you don't understand BITAC until you've done it.
Right.
So make the investment in that first one. And I can promise you, there are very few that make the investment in one that don't wind up coming to many. And I realize it is an investment, and it's an investment of money, it's an investment in time, and it's an investment of resources that could go to other places. But what you will find is the personal relationships that are built specifically at this show very frequently lead to business. And the way me personally I look at it is, any investment we make, I would like to see at least a 3 times return on that. So if it is something where you're going to spend X dollars, then you should see 3X from that. And I like to see that within a year of doing the event. So it's not realistic to say that you're going to sign a lot of deals here at the show, and it's not designed for that. In fact, I think the most successful companies that are here at BITAC are not doing like a hard push sales process. What they're doing is they're getting to know the people that they're with, and they're giving a taste of their solution and then setting the table for meetings that happen after BITAC. And there really is no better format for that than what they've done here at BITAC. And now that the Modern Hotelier is here generating some content, it does allow you to take your investment further, because we're right now living in the attention economy, and we're all bombarded by so much information. So having a great platform like you have to be able to extend your brand and extend what's happening in the industry and further that understanding, I think makes a huge difference.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Steve. I was so happy to be here with both of you.
Yeah.
No,
I
you
appreciate
too.
it.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Nick.
man.
Thank you.
Now we are joined by Jack Tadami.
Yay.
Jack, thank you for joining us. How are you doing
Thank you
today?
for having me. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah.
Good. So Jack, is this your first BITAC?
Yeah, this first time.
Awesome. What do you think?
Yeah, it's amazing. Like I love, like first time, and then like I love, this property as well. It's beautiful, the hotel, and also people, joining this BITAC is amazing.
So you chose this event. What's been different about it, and what do you like about it compared to other events?
Okay. Yeah. So like we joined, like several conferences before, like maybe IMAX, IBTM, also like AIME, like major conference, and also small one. But like if you think about, I'm joining, service provider side. If you think about an ROI, it's really, really hard to measure. But really important thing is, provide, like selling product or like, expand our services. Is everything based on like a people relationship. So like I feel BITAC's, place we can build like real, like relationship with, clients.
Was there one or two things that really stuck out to you about BITAC where you're like, man, I have to attend this conference?
Yeah, there's so many, it's many, reasons. Yeah, but as I say, like, nowadays it's really hard to like, build, like some connections. And then if you join, big conference, just you're gonna exchange a name card. That's it. And then you need to follow up tons of, name card, and you don't remember, just only the name.
Yeah.
It's really hard. And then if you think, then maybe you're gonna look back, like, what's the meaning of joining, like conference? Why you spend a lot of money? Yeah. BITAC, like limited with people, exclusive community, and then like it's you can build like genuine like relationships. That is like one reason like I need to join. Yeah.
You bet. And Jack, what's the company you work with, and what's your role there?
Okay. We're working with Beta.
Vella AI.
Yeah, I'm a CEO co-founder. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Well, thank you for sitting down with us.
Thank you
We
so much.
appreciate
Thank
Thank
it.
you for having me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you.
So now we are joined by Lynsey Kreitzer. Lynsey, thank you for joining us today. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Good. So Lynsey, what company do you work for, and what do you do there?
I am with GF Hotels and Resorts. I've been there about 5 years, and I'm the Executive Vice President of Sales and Commercial Strategy. So everything top line related from sales to revenue, e-commerce, and marketing.
Perfect. So how many BITACs have you been to?
This is my first.
Awesome.
Isn't that great?
It
That's
is.
great.
It is.
And what's your first impression of this event?
Honestly, it's just really how everyone's been opening their arms. It really is a very personal experience, which I think is very different from other shows that you can go to.
And kind of along those lines, is
Yeah.
there something that really stuck out to you? I know we're only a day and a half in here, but it just stuck out to you like, holy moly, I haven't seen that from another show that I've been to.
Honestly, it is that personalization.
Yeah.
So we're sitting at different tables. We're talking to different people. We're getting to meet with different vendors and suppliers and really solution makers right now, which is what we need. So what I have found is that I'm going to sit with a lot of these, and they already have the solution there for me. They've
Right.
gone in and they've dug into my personal website at one of my hotels, and they said, hey, this is what else you can see here. So, when you go to some of these larger shows, there's thousands and thousands of people where they're really bringing it into how they can be a solution for GF Hotels and Resorts, which I think has made a huge difference for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and one of the things we've noticed is that, like exactly what you said, the connections with people is
Yeah.
so kind of like everyone just feels like they're very just warm and kind of engaging. And have you felt the same thing?
I have. And that's what we do, right? We're in hospitality. So the fact that you can come here and really sit down with someone and talk for 15 minutes, but say,
Sure.
hey, why don't we follow this up? Because we have more to talk about. Or you make that personal connection too, which I think has been really, really refreshing.
Yeah. I feel like everybody just almost lets their guard down as
Yeah.
soon as they walk through the doors, and it's refreshing. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what role you have. If you're a hotel technology, it's like I am open to forming new connections
Yeah.
and building my network and seeing what else is out there.
And they're asking those questions, right?
Right.
The open-ended questions of what are you looking for when you came into BITAC, right? And what you just said, right? I'm looking for solutions and efficiency for our hotels, our properties, and honestly, our team.
Well, that's
Absolutely.
great. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with
Thank
us. We
you.
appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
That's great. Thank you. And that is a wrap. We just finished our first BITAC event at the Fairmont Del Mar. David, what were your impressions?
Thought the event was great. Rich and his team put on a great event. Nick was here helping out. Everybody was warm, welcoming. It had great energy, great vibe. And I think I would highly recommend it to anyone who needs to come.
Absolutely. I think I may have a new favorite event.
Yeah.
The first night was awesome. We got Most Inspirational Podcast Award from Amaze Insights, but it just was so everybody was welcoming, let their guard down. Networking was fantastic. Met so many, like I said, new people. Highly recommend anybody going to BITAC. Great for networking, getting to know people, and exploring different technologies and also hotels in the industry.
It was great.
Awesome. Looking forward to seeing you at the next one. Thanks a lot. You made it to the end of the Modern Hotelier. Thanks for watching or listening. The Modern Hotelier is produced by Modern Hotelier Media. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube, or subscribe wherever you get your podcast. If you know a good guest, sponsor, or have media needs, feel free to reach out to us at hello@themodernhotelier.com. Thanks and have a great day.